Hello, and thank you for joining us for another episode of 5 Business Rules. I'm Nicole Krug, Digital Marketing Strategist with Socialite.
And I am Monica Jansen, Head Kick-Ass Copywriter and Strategist with Jansen Communications.
And today we are talking about website terminology. This may not sound like the most exciting thing in the world. However, I have run into so many people that unfortunately get taken advantage of because they don't understand these terms, and it gets really confusing and frustrating.
Yeah.
So we thought we would just do a quick video, kind of go through some terms. And so the very first one that I want to talk about, the first two actually, is the difference between a domain registrar and a hosting provider. Now, when you have a website, you need both, okay? So the domain registrar, this is where you buy your address, your URL. For me, it is socialite.net. For
JansenCom.com.
Okay, so this is a piece of branding. It is you are buying for your name, okay? Hosting, on the other hand, is when you have your name, you have your address, but you still need to build a website and put files out there. To do that, it has to live on a server, and a host is the one that takes those files on the server and pushes it out to the internet. So you need both a registrar and you need a host to get your website going.
So think of the domain registrar as just buying a street address, okay? And then the host is you have the street address, but now you need to build the house, and you need a place for the house to sit. So you don't need hosting though if you use a DIY website platform like Squarespace.
So one clarification. You don't have to pay for extra hosting. So if you have WordPress, you have to develop your WordPress and pay for hosting. On Weebly, Wix, Squarespace, all those, it is inclusive.
Yes, you pay for it, but you don't have to go find it separately. So thank you for clarifying.
Okay, number 3, caching. Caching is one of those really interesting things that can be confusing, but you need to have your website have some kind of ability to cache because it speeds it up. And we've had videos about the importance of website speed because we all have the attention of goldfish, right? And if it doesn't load in a couple seconds, we're gone, okay? So caching helps it, but if you've ever had an experience where your developer says, oh yeah, that's updated, and you look at it and you say, this wasn't updated, it's the same thing. Caching has to often be cleared. Now, just to make it extra fun, your website has a cache, and this is a package of memory that essentially goes out to Google to make it load faster, okay? So your website stores a cache, but then your own personal browser on your computer stores a cache of the sites you visited before. So to see the updates, you might need to ask your developer to clear the cache on your website, as well as clearing the cache on your own computer.
Yep, on your browser.
Confused yet? It can go things, but that's like some of those things, and you can Google how to clear the cache on my browser, even if you use Firefox or Safari, right? There's instructions for all of it, but it just helps move things along faster, okay? Another thing to think of is plugins. Now, plugins are generally specific to WordPress, though most sites will have extensions. Same type of theory, because if you're on Squarespace, and you want to add on or integrate some kind of third party, it would be done through extensions. Best way to think of a plugin or an extension is like the apps on your phone. Your phone on its own does a lot of stuff, but you can extend the functionality by adding apps. Same thing for your website with plugins.
That's a great analogy.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
Last and not least is this concept of UX. It means usability. While in a web context, that means you want to make it easy for users to get through your website. That means both the words you use, that means putting things into bullets, that makes making bright buttons that are easy to click. You might actually have also heard of UX as it relates to customer service or phone. This is all about creating a good experience for your users so they want to do business with you.
And they can find information easily, right? So another part of it is the navigation, making sure it's quick for them to find stuff on your homepage and then in the navigation menu. If you ask them to click too much or search for stuff, They're not gonna.
Sounds like we need to do a UX video.
Oh, we probably do.
All right,
Okay.
to be continued. But until then, we hope this at least gave you a base level of the lingo that you need to talk with, and we will see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.